Hello everybody, I'm Dustin Benzel and welcome to another edition of Pokemon XY anime discussion. Welcome to another Pokemon XY anime discussion. There we go. There's another edition of what? What are you talking about, Dustin? What are you talking about there? Sorry about that. Today we're going to talk about the future of XY a little bit, at least for what we know of right now. As of right now, what is the future of Pokemon XY? I'm not going to go so far as to talk about any other gyms or anything that hasn't already been confirmed or anything like that, but I want to focus on the information that we know now about future events. I hope I didn't say that awkwardly. Okay, so let's get into it. So, as I mentioned in my update, the video probably previously to this one, prior to this video was the update. I mentioned that there was an XY anime future episode preview. Yeah, that's right, I think. Woo! Whoa, Dustin! Okay then, alright. So there's some information about that. There's some... Okay. I don't know what's wrong with me right now. Sorry. There's some information about, I want to discuss with you, whatever. You get what I'm saying, right? You know what I'm trying to get to. Okay, so, earlier this morning, I watched a preview for future XY episodes, and, there's a lot of interesting content, but before I get into that, I want to discuss some of the things that I've neglected so far. So that includes certain, episodes that have aired recently that I've ignored. Like I said in my update, I still haven't yet to see the Pokemon episode, but previously I did watch the gym battle and the Valtry episode. Anyway, but, one of the things I wanted to talk about was the Ramos gym battle. I really liked that battle. That was really epic. Shame about Hawlucha losing without a win, but these things happen, and what's really nice is Fletchinder actually got some decent focus in, and some Frogadier badassery basically, because Ramos's Weeping Bell was like really kicking Ash's butt there, wasn't he? Weeping Bell just took out Fletchinder with a slam, and then Hawlucha and took Frogadier to beat Weeping Bell. Now I can understand that maybe there may be some people out there that didn't exactly like the flow of the battle because it was Frogadier battling against grass types and winning them, but there are a few things that you need to consider, and I'm not sure if I've addressed this before, at least on a video. I have frequented the forums, and I think I did discuss it in the forums or even other YouTube video comments, but I don't think I've ever addressed this in an actual video. Well, maybe it was my Generation 3. Maybe I did try to attempt to do that, but that was probably one of the deleted things. But anyway, one of the things that you have to realize about the Pokemon anime is that stats don't exactly exist within the anime. Oh God! No, what have I done for you? No, oh God, I'm sorry. No, what I mean is it's translated differently. For example, in terms of hit points, there is no quantifiable hit points within the anime. Instead, you get stamina, and if you know anything about real life stamina, there are situations where people can keep going on if they have the willpower, and yet there are times where people can get knocked unconscious because they weren't expecting it, and that's why a lot of people don't exactly realize that about the anime, so a lot of the battles come to look really cheap and Deus Ex Machina. Yeah, people use the DEM way too much for certain things, everything. Anything someone doesn't like, they attach DEM, which, as I said, is Deus Ex Machina, but whatever. Oh man, 5 minutes already. Wow, this is a great start, isn't it? Anyway, so I really liked the gym battle with Ramos and Frogadier. Frogadier was kicking some butt, Weeping Bell butt, and then he managed to pull out a win against Go-Goat. And I gotta say, Frogadier is using Aerial Ace like a beast, you know. And one of the criticisms that I have with the animator is please try to know exactly what your animations for your moves are going to be for the rest of the series or the season or however you want to look at it, because when Froakie evolved on Frogadier, Aerial Ace, what the heck? No. Aerial Ace looked like a bunch of like punches and kicks and stuff. When I was watching the gym battle with Ramos, all I thought was Frogadier was just using Aerial Ace. I mean, yeah. No. Okay, it was using Aerial Ace, but I thought it was using Cut, because if you remember Cut was just like a blade and swipe, and the thing about Aerial Ace is that it was actually like a dual blade thing going on, so that's why there was some confusion initially, because when I first saw it, I was like, why is it using Cut? Why hasn't it used Aerial Ace at all? But apparently it did use Aerial Ace. Now, before I get into other stuff, because I've been rambling too much about this, I want to address Hawlucha. Now, even though Hawlucha lost, there were some nice moments. One of the few nice moments was that Fighting Press actually was used in the beginning. It used Flying Press and knocked Weeping Bell, and Weeping Bell seemed like it almost got knocked out. And then there was that high jump kick before Weeping Bell turned it around and knocked Hawlucha over. So there were some nice moments from there, at least from Hawlucha. So at least it didn't lose horribly. It still lost horribly. Just messing. So that's that. And then I saw the Valtteri episode, or the date episode, and, you know, it was really nice. You know, I don't really care about shipping at all, and more shipping or whatever, but it was still a nice episode. A lot of people didn't like it because it's kind of bland, but I kind of have to disagree, because one of the nice things is that all the Pokemon showed up, and, you know, there was some, I almost forgot to mention, Frogadier showed some interesting personality traits within the actual gym battle. I forgot to mention that, because right after Frogadier won the gym for Ash, and Ash got his plant badge or whatever, Frogadier ran up and like tackled Ash, and it was a really cute moment, you know, because I wasn't expecting Frogadier to do something like that. I mean, the only starter that's ever done something like that is like the Chimchar line, you know. We have like Infernape and Ash embracing in the 4th generation. So yeah, it was pretty nice. But anyway, back to the Valtteri episode. So yeah, it was really nice. There's some people who are like, it wasn't shippy enough, and, you know, I really don't care. So it was still a nice episode because it was just about the Pokemon pretty much, and you know, there's a lot of sweet moments, you know. Like, I remember there was, I think it was Frogadier that was, helping out Dedenne in some fashion or another, and then, there was Hawlucha doing things with Bunnelby. So it was pretty nice, you know, we got to see all the Pokemon that they have at that particular moment. We got to see presents and stuff. One thing that I have to address is I don't really think Dedenne actually got any actual specific gifts. You know, it's kind of weird. Neither did Ash's Pokemon, but for example, we have Pancham, who got glasses, and then Fennekin got a ribbon, and then for Clemont, he actually made a music box for 3 of his most important Pokemon, apparently, and that was Luxio, Chespin, and Bunnelby. And the thing that was disappointing is that it didn't have Dedenne, and I feel like Dedenne was kind of a little left out, kind of, you know, because Bonnie made a picture with all the Pokemon, and so Dedenne didn't seem like it really got anything, which was kind of disappointing, you know, because, you know, whatever. I mean, seriously, I mean, Clemont's, is the technical owner of Dedenne. You would have thought that maybe Dedenne would have been in that musical box, but I guess because they're trying to say that while Clemont is the official trainer of Dedenne, at least in regards to legality, it's still probably Bonnie's Dedenne, I guess you could say. So there was a nice moment where Ash had his berries that he picked for his Pokemon. There was Dedenne and Chespin, obviously, there. So there was that moment. So at least Dedenne at least got something, and that was like berries and stuff. But that was primarily for Ash's Pokemon, you know. So that's that. So again, I didn't watch the Pokemon episode, and spoilers, as if you need to know about spoilers. But Serena lost her Pokemon, as we all would be aware, and it was Shauna, I believe, that won the Pokemon. And the reason why, from the pictures and what people have said, the reason why Serena loses the Pokemon is because the ribbon that she made for Fennekin to wear during her performance was too big, and therefore Fennekin tripped, you know, and then Serena lost that, and she was kind of upset. And from the images that I've seen, I'm gonna have to watch the episode, but it doesn't look like Pokemon's or Pokemon showcases, as I've said before in my other videos. I've kept forgetting about that. Yeah, Pokemon showcases don't look that interesting. Although I do have to say, actually looking at the images, I kind of enjoyed Jessie's Pumpkaboo performance, because in the image there was a Pumpkaboo dressed as a ghost and stuff, and that was a really nice touch, because it seemed like it fit very well, you know. So it was like it was creepy but cool at the same time to see Jessie's Pumpkaboo like that, you know. Like I said, I'll have to watch the episode, but anyway, finally, let's get out away from there and let's discuss the futures of Pokemon XY. Now, the next episode is, as I've mentioned before, is the Gumi and the Lumiose Badland episode with Spoink and Grumpig and stuff. And surprise, surprise, it seems like I was right for the most part, that Gumi is in fact evolving in the next episode, because for the preview for the Badland episode, we actually see the evolution glow. What makes this even more interesting is that due to the broadcast Pokemon, it seems very likely that we will be seeing Ash with the Goodra by episode 65, and there is some evidence pointing to this, which I will discuss later in this video. But right now I just want to go over the titles. So after the 61, 62 is about Luxray and Clemont and the Electric and Team Rocket are manipulating the electric Pokemon or whatever, and they're all in control, and it's up to Clemont and Luxray. There seems to be not any direct evidence, but there is some indirect evidence that Luxray is likely going to evolve in that episode, but it is possible that it could still evolve in a different episode. But because it does focus on Luxray, there is a good chance that it's going to evolve in episode 62. Not entirely sure if it will or not. I guess we'll just have to see. And I don't think I've addressed the last two titles that we know of, or at least I know of as of this moment. Is episode 63 is about Wobbuffet and Jessie. We're getting some focus for them. Apparently the summary states that Jessie and Wobbuffet get lost or separated from Team Rocket, I think as a result of them being blasted off by Ash and company. And so then Jessie meets some doctor person, I think it was like Dr. White or whatever, I'm not really sure. And apparently Jessie falls in love, and there's also going to be a female Wobbuffet, possibly with lipstick, in that episode. So yeah, I guess we'll have to see. And that's pretty much that. And then the following episode is a Serena episode, Serena focused episode. One thing I'm noticing is that there seems to be a lot of focused episodes this series, you know. I mean, Ash and a lot of his Pokemon are getting focus episodes, and there is a lot of focus episodes going on, more so than probably any series. It's like there's a block of 10 episodes, and like Ash will get a couple of episodes, Clemont will get one, Bonnie will get one, you know, and there's all these other things, and it's really nice, by the way. But wow, they're really focusing on people. I don't know if I think I neglected to mention that in the Pokemon showcase with Serena, she actually cut her hair, as well as got a new clothing outfit or whatever. And just to address that real quick before I go back into the episode 64, I have no problem with Serena's new design. What is surprising to me is that Serena's new design happened before Fennekin evolves. Now, the reason why that's shocking to me is because previously there was a screenshot, or rather a silhouette of Serena's new design with her Pancham, and I always thought the reason why they chose Pancham was because her design happened before Fennekin, or her design happened after Fennekin evolved, and they weren't ready to spoil the heck out of Serena's Braixen yet, which is basically confirmed, basically. But as it turns out, that's not the case, and I'm thinking it's probably because of episode 64, which is Serena's Fennekin versus a Delphox. I don't quite know the title, but it is something to do with a performance battle or something of that nature. I don't know if that means Pokemon showcases have battles. Again, I haven't seen the full showcase episode at all. I've only seen screenshots of it, so there may be battles, but I didn't really see any of it, and so but 64 is about Fennekin versus Delphox, and I'm assuming that this is the episode where Fennekin does evolve. It seems very likely. See, the thing is, there's all these focus episodes and stuff, and people will argue, well, maybe they're just focus episodes, and then the next episode later they'll actually evolve. But there's a few problems with that. For one, we do know that Serena... Please pause the video if you need to read any text. Apologies, my audio screwed up here, and I still don't know why. My webcam microphones are somehow messed up, but strangely not the laptop's own internal microphone. But anyway, as I was trying to say during this moment, is that Fennekin evolving into Braixen is likely to occur during XY64, the Fennekin versus Braixen episode. Due to the fact that it would seem unlikely for Fennekin to get any other focus episode before the gym, but for Clemont's Luxray evolving in another episode could happen, or it could even evolve during the gym battle. I mean, it is still possible for Fennekin to still evolve in a random episode. I do understand that possibility, but to me it just wouldn't make any sense at all. While it is true that we still don't have any idea of when the gym battle is, I have a feeling that it will be right around the corner, and I'm just not sure if they have enough time to pull off another Fennekin focused episode before the gym, especially since I can't see why Fennekin would get focused during this time between the Pokemon Showcase and the next gym. Unlike, say, Clemont's Luxray, which should get priority for the upcoming gym battle, but there is no definitive formula to follow, so anything could happen. Just trying to apply logic from a storyline perspective. But the writers and showrunners don't really care all that much about things like that. Whatever to please the kiddies, am I right? But anyway, video and audio is about to resume, so apologies for this one part of the video. I pray there isn't more. I will have audio playing during this moment if you couldn't already tell. It's up to the facts of the episodes that are coming. I still think Luxray is going to evolve in episode 62, as well as Fennekin evolving in XY64. So that's my thoughts. Sorry, I didn't mean to jump over there and do something else. Now we're going to discuss the future XY trailer that we saw, since I've discussed everything that I can. Outside of mentioning, episode 65 has Slugoo as a broadcast Pokemon, and episode 66, I believe, is Pyroar. I think there's another broadcast Pokemon that we know, but I can't think of it right now, and so let's discuss the trailer real quick. The trailer that we saw on the official Pokemon websites for future XY episodes is, one thing is that it was revolved around Ash versus Clemont, which means it seems like Ash versus Clemont is the next big thing that's going to happen, outside of another performance by Serena, or however you want to look at it. So, anyway, in the trailer, we see some interesting things. Clemont's team has been confirmed to be Heliolisk, Bunnelby, and Luxray, which likely means that indeed Luxray will indeed evolve before the gym battle. Now, the reason why I'm not so sure on that, and why I addressed the possibility for Luxray having an open evolution in the future, is because there's a particular scene of Luxray, and the one thing that is surprising is that it's very powerful, and I'm thinking that it might very well be that Luxray does evolve during the gym battle with Ash, because one thing that I noticed about it was that there was this fierce shot, and it was like kind of like one of those drawn scenes before, where it looks kind of drawn, I believe, and what it was a very fierce, powerful shot, and you know, if it wasn't because Luxray evolved into Luxray, it would be kind of a little funky to see that happening in something like that, in a gym battle, without any real reason other than just to be fierce and strong. So I think it's possible that Luxray actually might evolve during the gym battle, possibly, maybe. We'll see what the future has to hold, or what the future holds for us. Anyway, what else is there? Tierno is coming back. His Squirtle has evolved. He also has like a Hitmontop, a Politoed, and a Ludicolo. Let's see. Ludicolo, Hitmontop, Politoed, Wartortle. But yeah, Tierno's coming back, which is nice. It'll be interesting if they give Ash and Tierno a kind of like, I wouldn't say a full battle, but you know, because Ash doesn't have a full team, but maybe a 5-on-5 or a 4-on-4, I guess we'll have to see. We see Clembot in the preview, and Clembot kind of gets destroyed. We see scenes of Blaziken Mask within the episode, within the preview. We also see a shot of Bonnie being all excited and stuff. And then we see her nuzzling with Dedenne, and then Dedenne shocks Bonnie. You know, because every time that any Pokemon nuzzles cheeks with Dedenne gets shocked. You know, I think Gumi was one of those examples, I think, in the end of the One for Gumi, the dub title, One for Gumi, the episode right after Ash caught Gumi. At the end, Gumi rubbed Dedenne's cheeks and got shocked, you know. That's kind of a quirk of Dedenne, this character. Anyway, and one of the things that we see is, it seems like an updated moment with Serena. In the preview, we see that silhouette of Goodra, at least those eyes and that roar, or whatever, that glowing silhouette of Goodra. What we see is in the previous opening, we see Serena with her Fennekin as well as Pancham, and you see Fennekin doing that flame attack or whatever, and then you see Pancham using that Stone Edge attack. But in the preview, what we see instead is we see Braixen and Pancham, which means that, yeah, Fennekin is going to evolve really, really soon. Possibly even in that episode 64, which is the likeliest choice for it to evolve in. So we're getting a lot of evolutions because we're going to get into the biggest shocker. I expected it. You all see my videos. You know I expected it or thought it was going to happen. But just the fact that it is actually happening is shocking. I've already addressed this before, but Gumi is going to evolve in the next episode, next Thursday. I don't know when I'll upload this. Hopefully it'll be before the Gumi evolving episode, but it'll be the week after today, which today of this recording is December 12th. Not when I upload it, but the day that it actually happens. And, the biggest shocker is that Goodra is going to happen really soon. Now, I already know, if you've seen my videos, you know I expected it, and I explained why I expected it, and Goodra is confirmed for his battle against, or Ash's battle against Clemont. The thing that makes it even more interesting is that the Sliggoo episode, the Sliggoo broadcast Pokemon, may very well be the episode Sliggoo evolves into Goodra. So, imagine this for a moment. Ash caught Gumi in episode 55 of XY. Gumi is going to evolve into Sliggoo in episode 61, which is approximately 6 episodes after capture. Now, what makes this even more unique is that in episode 65, which seems to be relevant to Sliggoo, we see possibly Goodra happening. So 10 episodes after Ash caught Gumi, before the 4th gym, by the way, Ash has a fully evolved pseudo-legendary Pokemon in the form of Goodra. And the most amazing thing about this is in the trailer for XY Preview, we actually see Goodra. There are actually possibly 2 shots of Goodra in this. The other shot of Goodra is probably a blink and miss. I think I've saw this somewhere that it was a blink and miss, and somebody just snapped an image just right. And maybe you'll see it, maybe not. I don't know what the editing of this video will be, but there hopefully be images that show up in some fashion or another. The thing that we see is we see Ash's eye, and then I think we see the back of Goodra as if Ash is looking at Goodra directly. Now, the most important shot of Goodra that we do see is Heliolisk versus Goodra. Pikachu versus Bunnelby, Goodra versus Heliolisk, and Luxray versus whatever. Now, the interesting thing we see about this is we see Goodra within the trailer, and it is awesome. Goodra may be the most mellow, cutest of all the dragons that have ever appeared within the Pokemon series. I mean, we have Dragonite with the bad temper. We have Salamence that looks like it wants to eat you. We have Garchomp, which is like ugly, I guess you could say. Well, I wouldn't exactly call it ugly, but I could see how people would call it ugly and hideous. And then we have Hydreigon that you just want to go away. And then we have like Haxorus or whatever, which is pretty frightening in its own self because it's got blade things, I guess you could say. So, of all the dragon Pokemon, Goodra is the tamest looking one, the most friendly one, you know, like your friendlyhood Goodra, you know. There would probably be a kid show called Leave It to Goodra or something like that. I don't know. Goodra Explains All or something like that. I don't know. But the thing about it within the anime is that Ash's Goodra looks really cool. It looks really awesome. Even though Heliolisk seems to be a lot faster than Goodra. Goodra's Dragon Pulse, if we believe that the attack that Goodra used was Dragon Pulse, or possibly it could even be Heliolisk's attack, but regardless, that whole scene within the next episode or preview is going to be amazing. So yeah, it was like the whole scene was amazing. You know, just the little shot of Goodra that we saw was absolutely amazing. So anyway, as I was saying, 10 episodes after Capture Ash has a fully evolved pseudo-legendary starter. I think we have a record, people. Ignoring Ash's Caterpie, Gumi's evolution into Goodra is the fastest evolution within the anime, at least in regards to a Pokemon of that caliber. You know, I mean, Charmander took over like 35 episodes to fully evolve into Charizard, and that was the fastest starter evolution from Charmander to Charizard. So Gumi definitely has Charmander beat. The only Pokemon that have evolved twice within a short period of time are either Pokemon that Ash and company don't have. Like there was a Battle Frontier filler episode, I believe, where there was a giant Caterpie, sorry, that quickly evolved into Butterfree. Ash's own Caterpie only evolved into Metapod at the end of the Capture episode, and then evolved into Butterfree in the following episode. So the only thing that beats Gumi, Sliggoo, and Goodra, if indeed Sliggoo evolves into episode 65, is in fact only bug Pokemon. Now, if I remember correctly, I don't remember how long May and Jessie had their Wurmples before they fully evolved into Beautifly and Dustox. I would like to say respectively, but I don't know who I said first in terms of trainers. But you know, so there is that aspect that this is one of the fastest evolutions when a Pokemon has two evolutions, especially a Pokemon like this. Now, I realize a lot of people are going to complain about it, but you know, I've already addressed why it makes sense to me. You know, there's the whole Gumi isn't very strong, or at least technically it's the weakest Pokemon. There's the fact that Sliggoo is blind and stuff of that nature, you know. So yeah, so there's that. Alright, I think I've ran out of my time here. Yep, that's pretty much the discussion of Pokemon XY discussion. The next video you're probably going to see is probably me discussing Serena and Clemont's Pokemon, just like I discussed with Ash's Pokemon individually. There's going to be another big episode that's just going to cover all of Serena and Clemont's Pokemon. I'm going to address them really quickly because, you know, I don't really care about them all that much, but, you know, I'll at least address them and stuff. And then probably afterwards I will discuss more events of future episodes of XY, and then maybe I'll get to doing my Generation 3 reflections. So this covers this episode. I will see you in the next video. So good.